This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
From the Observer, well, there you go. I mean, listen, it sounded like if Sean didn't like you, you weren't going to have that, probably Vince wasn't going to be a big fan of you either at this point. So.
Yeah.
Well, from the Observer around this time, LiveWire format changed again this week. Jim Ross was on with Vic Venom. The newsworthiness was the last 15 minutes. They didn't screen the calls, so they said, and it was obvious they were telling the truth. Since most of the calls were about WCW, Ross was very negative toward WCW.
Very, very negative. I mean, he was negative.
He was
so negative. He was very negative. And when I say negative, I mean negative.
With a capital V, very negative toward WCW, saying he fell asleep during the Hogan-Piper match and said that Hall and Nash maybe should attend a WWE pay-per-view show because they haven't been near as good on pay-per-view since they left the WWF. When asked about signing Randy Savage, Ross said that the WWF was interested in recruiting younger athletes and that they weren't looking for wrestlers that are my age, referring to himself. So this is a little Red Ash JR on the show. What do you remember about this, Jim? I love
That's what Vince wanted. So Vince wanted that's the direction he wanted to go. He wanted controversy to create some cash and have me be the liaison, the voice of that voiceless group of folks.
You were good at it, buddy.
So, well, thank you. But it's just basically getting a little tutelage from Vince. He'll tell you what he wants, give you some examples, and just go out and do it. So that's kind of what I did. I tried to do it that way. I didn't want to have the boss going nuts on me because I'm not negative enough or being heelish enough for the moment of that storyline. So, yeah, but it was a little bit. It was different for me. It was actually kind of fun because it's just a different role. Everybody wants to be a heel for whatever reason in wrestling. And so that's kind of where I was there. I just following orders from the old man and trying to pull off the role.
God, so many people love Red Ash JR, but there's just something there. It's a heel Jim Ross that, man, it's just waiting to come out. And you're so good at it, Jim. I love it. Jim, also from the Observer, Vince Russo, I know we were just talking about talented people, as Vic Venom, basically doing a Mark Madden gimmick, predicted Hart to win the Rumble to get himself over. When this happens on LiveWire, how pissed off was Vince McMahon? Do you remember this whole deal when this went down? He's predicting Hart to win the Rumble to get himself over. Was Vince pissed at this type of thing?
I don't remember the pissed. He might have. Don't remember it.
There's rumors that Vince changed the finish of the Rumble because of this. Do you remember hearing any validity to this at all?
I don't remember it, Paul. It could have happened.
Yeah,
certainly could have happened, but I don't remember any specific details because it was just there was a myriad of issues that were being addressed and discussed and trying to be solved in an ongoing way. So it could have happened. Certainly could have happened. But I don't know. It just was not a very pleasant place to be at that point in time. So many changes, trying so many guys that many of us had emotional investments made within their abilities. And it was just, I don't know. It just was sad that we had to travel that road. But at the end of the day, it was a decent. The Rumble was a good show, but it sure took it was a lot of politics getting to the end. A lot of agendas a lot of masters were being served.
It sounds like it. So we're building on. It's December 30th as we continue to make that build to the Rumble. It's a Monday Night Raw taping, and it's a historic one, Jim. It's the first Raw that ever draws a $100,000 house. Is this something of a big moment for WWF at this point?
Yeah, I'd say so. It was another measuring stick of how much success you're having,
sure,
or not, with this box office receipts. So it was. I think we all took pride in some of those milestones. You should take pride in them, and that was a good one. $100,000 house was a nice accomplishment. and everybody should feel good about their combined efforts to hit some of these goals.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.